Hi there, this is Jen, and thanks so much for stopping by today. Today I am participating in a hop over on Instagram. It is called Pops of Positivity, and what we are doing is we are promoting Scrapbook.com's updated gallery. So if you're not familiar, Scrapbook.com has a gallery where you can post your creations, whether that's a card, a scrapbooking layout, or another project. You can go ahead and post those items to your gallery. I will leave a link to my gallery so you can kind of see what it's all about if you're not familiar. And so we are promoting that gallery, the update of the gallery, the new and improved gallery, and we're doing that with what's called Pops of Color, which are embellishment drops from scrapbook.com. And so I'm going to show in this video how you can use those drops 3 different ways on one card. And I'm going to start out with this red rubber stamp from Stampers Anonymous, Tim Holtz, and it's called Pressed Foliage. And I'm going to be coloring that up with some Distress Oxides and actually one Distress ink. So the Distress Oxides that I'm using are Wilted Violet, Fossilized Amber, Ripe Persimmon, and then the Distress ink is picked Raspberry. And I'm going to take those inks and ink up this stamp, overlapping some of the inks. It's not anything that's perfect by any means. It's just stamping up to get some ink on those leaves. So it's going to be quartered off basically in 4 different areas. And then I'm going to go ahead and leave my stamp as is, not clean it. And I'm going to stamp back over with those same colors in those kind of same general area that I used. And then I'm going to take my spray bottle and I'm going to spritz this a few times with some water. And then I'm going to stamp right back over that original stamped image. And this is going to kind of bleed out the colors a little bit and give it that really cool kind of watercolor look. And once I have that stamped, I will go ahead and take my heat tool to it to get it dried. And then I'm going to take the Pops of Color, and the one that I'm using today is called Glitter Champagne. And I'm just going to spread that on my stamp. So I'm going to spread a little bit on my stamp and then take a knife and spread it out or smooth it out. It's better to start with too little than to start with too much. If you put too much on, it's going to cover the image where you can't really see all the little details, and especially with this stamp with all the little veins in the leaves, I didn't want to cover that up completely. So I just put a little bit of that on and spread it out, and I'm going to press it right back over that stamped image, and it's going to leave little traces of that really pretty glitter look on the leaves. So it looks like the leaves are sparkling. You can go ahead and if you didn't put enough, you can go restamp it again. But I didn't want a whole lot. I just wanted a little bit of glitter on those leaves. And then I have fussy cut the image out, and now I'm taking my craft knife and my foam piece in the background and just cutting out the little areas that are in between each of the leaves. And then I'm going to take my Pops of Color and I'm just going to make a little circular motion, a twirly. I'm going to make a twirly or something like that, and add that glitter onto my cardstock. I'm using a piece of accent opaque white cardstock, and then I'm going to also take a little bit of the Pops of Color and put it on my craft mat, and then I'm going to spritz that with water, and I'm going to use this as a splatter. So I'm going to get as much glitter as I can on my brush, and then I will go ahead and splatter that across my entire card panel. And then I'm going to go ahead and add the piece of craft cardstock, just a little strip of it to the right hand side of the card, and I've added a bunch of foam circles to the back of my leaf, and I'll go ahead and adhere that to my card panel as well. Then I'm going to use some twine from my stash to create a bow, and I'm going to adhere that to the leaf using a glue dot. And the sentiment that I'm using is a sentiment sticker. It is called Small Talk Occasions, and I have looked and looked, and this is not available anywhere, but I know that Tim Holtz has lots of other sentiment stickers or even sentiment strips. And so this one says Count Your Blessings, and I went ahead and used a 1/8 inch foam strip to adhere that. And then for the third way to use the drops, I just used it as we a lot of times use those, and that is just to put little drops onto the card. And so here are both of the completed cards. It's a really fun technique and really a big effect for such a easy project. So I hope you enjoyed. If you did like this video or find it informative, please go ahead and give a thumbs up. As always, I thank you so much for taking some time out of your day to spend with me, and I hope to see you soon.